Hello, everybody. Good afternoon or good morning, according to your place of the world. My name is Ashraf Shaarawy. I'm an MBA holder and DBA candidate, and I'm also a researcher in the field of education and training. Today, we will talk about the impact or validating the impact of FIRST framework for teacher professional development program with a case study from Roots program. Our presentation will start with what we call it the problem definition, which is the teacher professional development challenges, and then the ADLX approach, the Roots case study, and then the research objectives, the methodology, and the findings. Well, the challenge that face teacher professional development, according to many researchers, such as Kennedy 2005, are lack of connection with the actual classroom settings and day-to-day educational practices, as well as overlooking, most of the trainers overlook the previous knowledge and experience of the teachers. Also, TPD programs do not provide follow-up with teacher after the program ends. So most of the literature suggests that the TPD should combine face-to-face training, coaching and mentoring, as well as community of practice, according to Kenny 2005. Also, according to Bahgat and his colleagues, teachers should live the learning experience as learners in order to be able to convey it to their students and to enhance their learner experience. Well, let's start with the literature review about the era of experience, which is the experience economy. It's a concept which has been suggested by Byrne and Gilmer 1998, and they consider it the fourth stage of economic offerings besides the three economic offerings, the commodity, the goods, and the services. They suggested that experience offering is memorable and enjoyable when it constitutes or it contains active participation from either the customer or the participants of whatever the activity or the service. Since that introduction of the concept, it has been extended to many other dimensions in business and in education, like the customer experience, reader experience, patient experience, user experience. And in the learner experience movement, as you see, the role of teachers transferred from on the side of the curriculum and content into a learner experience design, and from lecturing teaching into learner experience facilitation. So it's from experience to a learner experience. There is another layer, which is the active deep learner experience. It adds the active learning and the deep learning. Active learning includes engagement, participation, involvement, and the motivation of the participants, and here they are the learners. The deep learning encourages them to understand and to search for the deep meaning and to make the transformation and also reflect on what they are learning. So the extra layer above the learner experience is the active deep learner experience. And here comes the first framework that has been introduced by Bahgat and his colleagues. It contains 5 domains: the focusing, the interacting within group dynamics, the reviewing, sequencing, and transforming. And here the word transforming in FIRST terminology is equivalent to the expression of transfer of learning into performance in most of the educational literature. So we now reach to the top of the layer of the experience, which is the first framework for the learner experience. Now we'll explore with you the case study which has taken place in Roots program. Roots program is a collaboration between NAMA Foundation and SeGa. The program consists of 4 phases, in a matter of fact. Phase 1 is the micro learning. It contains online micro videos and micro literature in order to be submitted to the learners. Phase 2 is a training days, which is face-to-face training, where every participant of the program comes to Malaysia in order to attend the face-to-face training. And phase 3 contains mentoring and coaching the project, okay? Phase 4 is online COP program that contains some social groups and interacting between the learners themselves and sometimes with their mentors and coaches. This program has taken place over blended system containing face-to-face and also containing the learning management system. The demographics of the participants of the program. The program participants were 107. They have been divided into 5 groups. They are from 8 countries, 62 male, 45 females. Most of them are teachers holding bachelor degree. 26 of them are master's degrees, 8 of them are PhD degrees. The research objective of the program is to explore the perception of teachers about the relevance of FIRST framework as a teacher professional development program, and to discover the impact of FIRST framework on teachers after finishing the root professional development program. Also exploring impact of FIRST on students' experience after applying FIRST in the classroom, and to investigate the impact of FIRST framework on schools and educational organization after applying it. The methodology that we have used in this research is a case study methodology, which is as suggested by Croswell 2009 and Yen 2014. This methodology is very appropriate for a program or an intervention like what we have, the educational intervention, because it taps into the experience of the participants, as they call it, the thick description, where the participant describe deeply their insights and experiences about the program and its effect on them. We analyzed the data, we collected qualitative data and quantitative data as well in order to make triangulation, which gives more reliability and validity for the data collected according to Lincoln and Guba 1994. We collected this data through survey and testimonials, through observation, and also the quantitative surveys. From the data analysis, I mean here the qualitative data analysis, we have some emergent themes from this data that we have captured in this graph that you see. From the active deep learner experience, most of the participants reported about living the experience as learner enhanced their experience and inspired them. They also expressed or emphasized that this experience was active and deep as well. For the relevance of FIRST as a teacher professional development, most of the participants commented that FIRST is a theory into transfer. And actually, one of the participants literally said, FIRST transfers the theories of education into practice, and it also makes the job of the teacher guided. So FIRST framework as a guiding framework, and one of the participants also make a metaphor about FIRST. He make an analogy with the GPS. He stated that FIRST framework, just like the GPS that guide the teacher to navigate through the time and the context of the classroom with the students. Also, they reported that they considered FIRST framework as a holistic framework. During the program itself, through the observation, we found the teachers are very engaged with the either facilitator and the co-facilitator and mentors and coaches. And also, we have noticed that they have a mindset transformation. And here we suggest that or claim that transformative learning is about the mindset transfer of the teachers from just being a teacher or lecturer into a learning facilitator. After that, most of the participants reported their intention to apply. One of the participants at the end of the program said that I'm dying to go to return to my home place in order to apply what I've learned into my classroom. After returning to their classroom, most of the respondents or attendees of the program reported that they already applied first in their classroom. They reported that it's considered as a teacher career development. On the level of student, the teacher reported their notes about applying first in the classrooms. They reported their notes about student deep learning, active learning as well, and the enhanced experience of their student during the sessions. And on the level of the organization and the schools, as you might have seen before in the previous two presentations, there are impact of first on the schools. Some schools have adapted first framework as a pedagogy for their learning with their students. For the quantitative data, we asked the participants about the relevance of the first framework as a TPD for them. As you might see, most of the participants inclined into agreeing and strongly agreeing that it's relevant as a TPD program. And this is also a survey about applying first in the classroom. Here also, 81.2% of the participants reported that they applied first. By the way, this surveys has been conducted just after the face-to-face program and within the mentoring and coaching phase of the program itself. To conclude the finding and conclusions, first framework is a comprehensive and compiles various educational theories, models, and strategies. Teachers were able to apply the principle and strategies in their classrooms directly and immediately after the professional program days were over. Students' feedback and overall experience were enhanced. Some schools adopted first framework as a pedagogy in their organization, as we said. Thank you, and I hope I didn't exceed my time slot, and waiting for your questions.